Hi, welcome to our tutorial. So we will first explain BPMN. We choose online shopping as an example of the application of a business process diagram where you can see the interactions between the bank and the customer and between the different departments of the Mr. Candle company, their suppliers and the customer. Here you can see the steps taken by the customer. So he visits the website, selects a candle and adds it to the shopping cart. Then he has two options. If he wants to buy another candle, he will select it and add it to the shopping cart. If not, he will validate the order, like when it appears a message, "Is your order correct?" If not, he needs to replace the items that he doesn't want. If the order is correct, he will pay it. So, he receives a message with the total price and the message will be sent to his bank with that information. The bank will check the customer's bank account, and if the payment is approved, the customer receives a confirmation message. If the customer doesn't have enough money available, he will also receive a message saying that his payment was rejected. In both ways, in the end, the customer will exit the website.
Another BPMN was made referring to the interactions between the customer, Mr. Candle company and the suppliers. It begins in the same way as the previous one described. The customer visits the website and selects a candle to add to the cart. That info is sent to the marketing team, which updates the section of search for additional products. After the order is validated, the sales team checks the availability of stocks. If the product is available, the shipment planning begins. Otherwise, a production order is placed. If the company has all the raw materials necessary, the production begins. If not, a purchase order for the material requirements is made. The process comes to an end with the request confirmation and with the customer exiting to the website.
Here, as you can see, we have our use case diagram. Use case diagram explains the functionalities of the system by the point of view of the user without going into much detail about its functionalities. Here, as you can see, we start by dividing the candle customer into registered customer and new customer. The new customer must start by registry and receive a promotional code. Only then he can view the items and make a purchase. Once in the activity checkout, he will do the payment. The payment is divided into credit payment and PayPal. The checkout is also related to the sales team. The sales team can also produce the sales order, which includes the checking of stocks and the candle production. Also connected to another actors, the warehouse and production team. If you keep reading this diagram this way, you'll have all the information. As you can see here, we have our class diagram, composed by the following classes: client, order, product, fragrance specification, candle specification, and supplier. In this yellowish part are represented the attributes, who are specific to each and make them unique. In the gray area are represented each class operations. For example, a client must register, log in, and update his info. The numbers above represent the relationships between each classes. For example, one client can place one or many orders, but one specific order can only be placed by one client on one client alone. These letters you see here represent the relationship. We should choose the bigger number of each side. For example, this one, you have one to many, so the relationship between order and product is a one-to-many relationship.
In here we have the database structure diagram, which we have updated to the Microsoft Access software. In this diagram we can see all the interactions between the tables we have updated in the software. For example, the clients and order tables have a one-to-many interaction. This means that one client can submit many orders, but each order can only be associated with one client. As an example, let's create a table. It's quite easy. You come here, create in table, and in here let's put it in the structure view, call it example. In here you have the field name. This is the name of the column which you will later update. In here you can associate the type of data you want to any field you create. You have a lot of options. In here you can make a brief description of the field name you have just created. So we have created all of these tables. You can see already here the example table which we have just made. We started by making the clients table. You can see that it's already filled, and after that we built every table which we have shown in the database diagram. In order to submit new information to the software, we created a form for the new client and an order form. To create a new form, we can come here and create a new form. We have to be in the table page. You click in form, and this will create automatically a form which we will later use. We have already made this. So we're not going to save this one. But in here, what this makes is, by creating a new form, you can submit a new client name, like Pedro. You can submit his address, his NIF. After creating the client, we can update its order information in here. Let's say you want it in order in Rua Augusta, delivered to Rua Augusta. We want it today. The total price order we will submit later after knowing what the client wants to buy. Let's say you made this order today, and after creating this we can see that this order is already updated in the system. In here we can make a consult type function. We use the consult assistant, and what this makes is kind of a map that shows every information you want regarding any client. So we can see that this client, Rita Mira, has made an order of candle refill and a gift candle.